Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome. I am here with another message for you today. I was actually planning on having a day for doing like real life 3D stuff. I was in the middle of doing some housework, doing my laundry. By the way, if you hear noise in the background, that's my laundry machine. I apologize if you can hear it. So I was just minding my own business, going about my day, when suddenly there was this wave of energy that hit me. And I could tell that it was like... At first there was resistance, and then I could tell that there were, of course, different layers of energy beneath that. And one of those layers of energy were a deep sense of longing. And also some frustration. And it kind of, to be honest, I tried to not push it away. I was watching the energy. But like I said, I actually wanted to do a day for me, for just doing some real life stuff, because I've been putting a lot of energy into creating the videos for this channel over the last few days, week actually, and I just need some I need some time for myself, for doing like real life tangible things, like all the stuff we need to do for just living our human lives. And I tried to, like I said, not push it away, but I was watching it. And at first I said, okay, maybe I can deal with this later or another time. But it just kept being there. And at some point I felt like, okay, I just need to face this head on, and not try to push it away or set it aside, because it's not going anywhere. And the reason why I'm telling you this, and if you've seen already some other videos of mine, you will have probably noticed that I'm sharing a lot about my process, like how I receive messages. And for one, this is part of my channeling process. This is just who I am, and translating the energy. I kind of need to express what I'm picking up on in order to make sense of it. But I can tell that this has another function, and I feel like this has to do with like you, the collective I'm channeling for, because I can tell that we are right now working on integrating energy, and that many of us are quite good at working with energy by now, but it's not always that easy to bring it down into the physical and to make sense of it in like a tangible, physical, 3D way, and also to know how to work with it in the 3D, or how to, like I said, make sense of it, translate it, to know what it means for me. Like, okay, I can tell there's this energy, but what does it actually mean? And I feel like the reason why I'm sharing my channeling process is partly to kind of show you how you could go about it, or I mean, it's my way to translate it, but I know you are You're clever. You are very smart. So you can just take whatever I'm showing you and make it fit, adapt it to your own life, your own situations. All right. So this, like I said, I was minding my own business. I wanted to focus on my 3D life, getting stuff done. And then there came this disruptive energy. And it's interesting because I recorded and posted a different message the other day where I was already talking about some kind of disruptive energy. And I can tell that those two messages are related. But I feel like that they are talking about the same thing. Like there's the same core energy in there. But maybe it's on different stages in your journey, or it's just like from a slightly different perspective. I'm not quite sure yet. So you might want to check out this other video. Although I can tell that part of the resisting energy I felt was in that kind of a response to this said message I posted the other day. So I've got my tarot and oracle decks here because I'm not really getting a very clear grasp on what this energy is about. And I feel like it's okay, that's interesting. It's important that I don't want to project anything onto it. And this is why I need the cards as a container. Sometimes my messages, I can just like channel them and the information just comes rolling in and I don't even need the cards. They're just a tool. But sometimes I am a little bit lost. And I feel like this is speaking maybe to like where you're at right now, that you cannot really make sense of what's happening, or like you need a little more. You still need some assistance or guidance, maybe. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now there's something coming through. Maybe that's for someone out there. That like there's nothing wrong with seeking guidance or assistance. And this can like come in the form of maybe a coach, a mentor, somebody you're working with. But I feel like this is pretty strongly connecting with tarot readings, watching readings online. And okay, so I feel like there's somebody who had, maybe you've had a time on your journey where you've been watching a lot of tarot readings and you could tell that it wasn't really good for you or for your energy. And maybe you've started to try to like listen more to your own intuition, less outside voices, which is great. This is great. And this is a real problem, I'd say, with energy readings, like tarot readings, channeled messages. And I'm saying that as somebody who's obviously doing this kind of stuff. But this is a real danger. It can become kind of an addiction. It can be like a crutch that you're always, when you don't know what to do, you're looking for this outside validation, you're looking for advice. And at some point, it's really hard to tell which messages are meant for you and what's maybe not meant for you, or just like steering you off course. And so it feels like that you are somebody who you've experienced this kind of energy. And you are either you've already come out of this kind of energy, or you're trying to. And so what my guides are saying here is there's nothing wrong with seeking guidance. What's important is that you find a sense of balance, and that first and foremost, you always come back to yourself. You listen to your own inner guidance, to your own intuition, and that you can take tarot readings or any kind of guidance that's like from outside. Try to like take it as more like a confirmation, but at the same time watch yourself for confirmation bias. Like, are we actually hearing what I want to hear? Or is this just feeding into some kind of energy I know is not good for me? Or am I really looking for the truth? And am I really receiving truth? Oh, okay, that's interesting. So the resistance energy I felt towards this other message I posted has to do with this. Because sometimes we are guided to the truth, but when it's something that we don't want to hear, we experience resistance. And so there is this very strong guidance coming through for you right now that maybe it's less about what the tarot readings, I'm just sticking with this example because it's coming through so strong. Like when you're watching tarot readings and it's not really about the message, it's more about how you react to it. Like, do you feel depleted afterwards? Do you feel like you're looking for confirmation? You are brought into a sense of hoping, only to crash afterwards, or to be like there's after this, like you have this peak of hope, and then you're crashing afterwards. And then there, like, all this anxiety comes up, and like, can I trust the message? Is it really true? And it gets all mixed up with this feeling of hope. And there's this huge uncertainty in there. And my guides are saying that this is connected to like this need for validation and not really listening to what's true for yourself. Like, what is your own inner truth telling you? And yourself, it's always trying to speak to you. Always. All the time. I'm not exaggerating. Like, all the time. And even when you watch tarot readings that are maybe quote unquote not good for you, this is still then like your true self is trying to communicate to you by, for example, having those reactions of hope and anxiety afterwards. So you can watch yourself and see how you respond to certain messages. And the same is for those kind of messages that at first you feel some kind of resistance to, or you even get angry at the person, or how dare they? Why do they say that? I have no idea. They don't know me. They don't know my situation. All of that. It's you responding to a certain kind of energy in there that might be pointing you, very certainly, is pointing you to a part of yourself or a part of truth that you don't want to look at. And it's like, this is not meant to be shaming anyone or criticizing you or whatever. It's a perfectly human reaction. This is so human. We've all been there. And we all do it. Like every day. We all meet people, situations, circumstances where we go in resistance to. This is so human. We all do it. And to be honest, it's a great tool for growth. It's such a great tool for growth. And if you experience that, maybe with my messages, it's quite possible, to be honest, because I am somebody who's speaking the truth. And it's the truth you don't always want to hear. I'm not sugarcoating things. I'm not feeding into the needy energy in order to keep you in a cycle to because, like those kind of tarot readings that keep you in this up and down movement, the peak and the crash afterwards, this is a typical adrenaline, no, not adrenaline. What is it called? This reward system that we all get from doom scrolling and like being on social media, eating sugar, feeding into those cycles that give us a very short-term reward. And I don't do that. But many other tarot readers do, because I don't say that they're doing this with ill intent, but it's a great way to keep people coming back to their content. And to be honest, there is a great deal of money that you can make with this kind of content. And if you keep feeding into what people want to hear, they will come back, but you won't help them grow. So I want to help you grow. I want you to be your own authority. I want you to be the person that can decide for themselves, who listens to their intuition first and then takes into consideration what I have to say about the topic, or maybe some other guide out there, some other tarot reader, whatever, coach, mentor that you trust, and you feel like, okay, they really have my best interest at heart. So, yeah, my guides are really emphasizing here that it's not about, like I said, shaming you or telling you that something is wrong with you. And I feel like somebody knows that they're doing that, and there seems to be a great deal of shame, or like, I should know better. I know that I should go about this a different way. And you do want to heal out of this cycle. you do want to let go of this longing energy that that is being like reinforced by the content you're watching, but at the same time, it's something that gives you comfort. It's something that, like I said, feeds into your maybe hope for something that you're like the thing you're longing for, that you're wishing for. And you know that it's not good for you. Like, we all know that eating sugar is not really good for us, or binge watching the latest Netflix series that we like so much. Like, we all know that this is not healthy and good for us. And still, we all keep doing it. We all keep going back to whatever it is that keeps us, that gives us this short-term reward, this short moment of feeling better. And my guides really want to say here that there's nothing to be ashamed about. This is the overall system we were all born and raised in. And this is part of what the collective I'm speaking to here is here to heal out of. We are here to resolve those energies and to heal out of them. And this is it's a long process. So they keep coming back to this shame aspect. And that this is actually part of what keeps you going back. This is typical for any kind of addiction, really. Like, that people, they're in this never-ending cycle of going back to what they know is not good for them. Then they are feeling ashamed for it. And in order to feel better, they are going back to the very thing again that they feel so ashamed about, like doing it in the first place. So it's important for you to actually look at this part inside of yourself that feels maybe ashamed about doing that. And to like look at yourself honestly, but with compassion. Like I said, we've all been there. We're all doing it. We all have those kind of things and cycles in our life, and it's not easy to heal out of it. And if you are trying to, and if you're willing to, you are already doing a lot more than most people do, because most people, let's face it, most people in the world we're living in are not even aware of it. They don't even see the problem. You know about the problem. And you are making an honest effort to get out of it. And this is something that you need to applaud yourself for. Not shame yourself. Applaud yourself. It takes a lot to do that. All right. This took me on like sometimes I get really passionate about those kind of things, because I feel like so often we are so hard on ourselves, especially the collective I'm connected to. And I know this to be true for myself. I tend to be so perfectionistic most of the time, and I'm putting in so much work, and I know that I'm doing a great job, but I'm having a hard time acknowledging this for myself. And this is why I'm getting so passionate about this, because I know what it's like to be in those shame cycles and putting myself down for not being better. I should be like more advanced on my journey. I should be further along. No, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And because, like I said, this is a journey, and it's a process, and you cannot it's like sorry, I'm trying to make sense of what's coming through in language. How can I phrase that? Like when I look at my own journey, I also often see this like a computer game. And it's so funny because I keep referencing computer games, and actually I'm not even somebody who's like playing a lot of computer games, but maybe like part of this collective does, because it keeps coming out strong. All right, so I see this like a computer game, and you have to work through each level in order to get to the next level, and you cannot solve the whatever tasks there are that you have to do in a higher level before you've completed all the other ones. So, like, please stop telling yourself that you should be somewhere where you are not, because this is actually like going into resistance against yourself, against your own growth, and not valuing your own growth. There's a bigger plan here. And the collective I'm tapping into here right now, like you are a certain stream of a way bigger collective. And this way bigger collective has a plan. And each and every part in this collective, like each and every stream of energy, of like each and every soul stream, plays their part in this bigger plan. And you are exactly where you're supposed to be. We cannot do everything at the same time. There are some who are like on the forefront, and then there are a few people who are like in the middle, and then there are like people who are more in the back. And that's like, we need all of them. And there's a reason for why you are where you are right now, even if you're not able to see it. All right, I said that I was going to pull cards, but I didn't. The funny thing is, the decks I put out already told me about what kind of energy was going to come through, but I didn't even use it. Is there anything else to say? Oh, okay. They're saying, we don't need the cards. This is part of the message. You don't need the cards. And what I talked about at the beginning of this video, about me like watching myself receiving energy and how it translated for me in my own life, in my like how I responded to the energy and how I tried to like work with it. This is something you can do and train for yourself. And hang in there a second. I feel like there's some advice in there Okay, now they do want to take. Oh, okay, now they do want to use the cards. What they're saying by that, like 90% of this message was without the cards. It was without the crutch. But now, in the last 5 to 10% of the message, we are going to use the deck, the cards. But interesting thing, I put out 2 decks that for me, I don't really use very often. And I'm connecting them more with this kind of energy that I was talking about. They're quite popular decks, and they are used by a huge collective of readers who operate more in this energy of feeding, like this feeding energy. And there are 2 other decks that I like to use a lot, and you will see me use them all the time. They are more neutral energy. And this particular oracle deck, when I first started working with that's been a while ago, but I didn't like it because it was so radically honest. It sometimes felt outright mean. And I could always tell when I was avoiding working with the deck, I was avoiding something. And sometimes I would still work with the deck, but then I wasn't accepting what the cards told me because it was some truth that I wasn't ready to hear or not willing to hear. Let's put it that way. Not willing to hear. So this is my radical honest oracle deck. And I feel like my guides, they're telling you, like, challenge yourself. Don't go back to the readers that feed the energy that you know is what you actually want to heal out of. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with, like, if you sometimes fall back there, if you go back there, and no reason to shame yourself about that. It's okay. Just watch yourself, watch your energy, watch your, like, how do you react to it, and observe, simply observe. Observe your energy levels, how you respond to it, like the peaks and crashes and all of it. And try not to judge it. But at the same time, they want to... Okay, and there's a guide collective here for someone. They're saying, like, we are trying to bring different readers into your life, and maybe you've already recognized that there are actually new readers showing up on your YouTube feed or wherever you're watching. Yeah, like probably YouTube. This is a sign for you that it's time to level up. And when you feel like the readers that you're watching now, they come through in a different energy, that's good. And like I said, you might feel resistance. You might feel, I keep hearing the word challenged. And like I said, that's a good thing. Your guides are saying you need to be challenged. Challenge yourself and try to work with this more advanced energy because you're ready for it. You're ready for it. All right. So let's, like, one last advice. Excuse me. All right. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. We have peace and regeneration, and peace was actually in the reversed position, and here and now. So this is like basically confirmation for what I was saying. Like you are in kind of a transitioning space. You are in between. You are in this liminal space, and you're trying to heal out of this old pattern energy, and you want to step into the new. But just know that this is, like I said, it's a process, and it's not like you're snipping your fingers and it's just done and over with the next day. This is not how this works. Those are like really, really deep energies we are talking about. They are persistent, so it takes a while to heal out of them. So give yourself time, and you are doing your best to heal out of this wounded state and to elevate yourself into a version you know you can be and you want to become. But yeah, you feel like your peace is getting disrupted. Or it's hard for you to stay in this sense of, like in the state of peace. And it keeps getting interrupted by this pattern, this cycle, this kind of addictive energy I was talking about. And I still cannot remember the name of the hormone. I'm sure you know what I mean. Okay. Sorry, my voice is... No, I feel like I just need a drink. I don't have anything here. All right, I just finished the message quickly now. So yeah, in order to find the peace you're craving and you feel like it's hard to establish it, you're actually doing a better job than you realize. And I keep repeating myself, it's all part of the process. But what can help you is keep focusing back into the here and now. And when you feel those cravings, try to, look inside and sit with the part that wants to do this, and just try to witness it. Just sit with it. And if you keep on doing this, and it doesn't matter if it works like 5 out of 10 times or maybe just 1 out of 10 times, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep doing it. You keep coming back to this. Like I said, don't shame yourself when you have those quote unquote setbacks. They're not setbacks. They're a natural part of the process. Important is that you keep on going and that you keep on coming back to the here and now. Sit with yourself, with all the parts of you. Try to be compassionate. Try to be present. And just it keeps coming up. Don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like you're really, really hard on yourself. You don't have to be. You really don't have to be. It's like maybe it just it works 1 out of 100 times. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep showing up and you keep doing it and you don't give up, and you won't give up. I know that you will not. I can tell. All right. So I'm going to close this now. And I would love for you to maybe subscribe or leave a comment or like the video if you found it helpful. And I would love to be one of maybe the new readers that have come into your life and help you to access even more of this great self that you are and this great version that you are growing into. I wish you all the best with this and send you my love and maybe see you in the next video. Take care.